friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host, Bobby, and I am coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Sunday, May the 25th, 2025, and I believe this is episode 118. So welcome. If you're new to the podcast, welcome, and to my returning viewers, welcome back. This is a podcast where I share with you my knitting adventures, my crochet, and my spinning. And you guys, there's actually spinning in the podcast today. There's going to be a spinning segment. What? I know, it's exciting. So there will be spinning, and yeah, just lots of fibery fun. So if you're new, I know I sound like a broken record, but I always like to share. There's a little drop down arrow about here that you can click, and if you expand that, it will share all the show notes to any makers that I talk about or patterns and such. So you can always click on that and I link you directly to them. And you can also find you will also see where you can find me on the internet. Not enough coffee, I'm still working on my first here. But you can find me most active on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast. And you can find me on Ravelry as xcountrygirl1986x. So yeah, how have you guys been doing? It has been a good couple weeks here. New announcement, new exciting announcement. I got a new power wheelchair. This is I've had it for almost 2 weeks now. So that has been an exciting thing in my life, I guess. I had a power wheelchair for the past 10 years, and it wasn't made for me, let's just say that. So I have an amazing OT. She fitted me up for the new chair here, and in doing so, I realized that I never realized it before. I've always been in pain. That just comes with the territory. But apparently I was not sitting correctly at all in my old chair. So it was causing a lot of discomfort in my hips and my back and stuff like that. So when she fitted me up for this one, I can definitely tell the difference when I sit in this one compares to my old chair. So it's quite the difference. It's just taking a little getting used to. I've been in the old one for 10 years, and it's a difference. Many things are different about it, and there is definitely fatigue going on in my back and that, which she did warn me of, because now I'm sitting correctly. So it would be like anybody, right? So now I'm sitting correctly, so my body is slowly adjusting. So it's taking a little bit, but it's exciting, and yeah, it's been good so far. A new attachment to the chair, I suppose, would be the headrest. I don't use it all day long. I'm not at that level, but I do have stage 2 osteoarthritis in my neck. That is from my back surgery all those years ago. So because I do have the osteoarthritis, she wanted this on here. So when my neck does start to get really sore and fatigued, I just put my head back and just relax. So it is nice. I really do enjoy it. I was apprehensive at first about it because I was like, I don't really need that. But it is nice to have. Once my neck gets sore, I just put my head back for a few seconds or a few minutes, whatever I need, and it helps tremendously with my neck pain. So overall, my pain level is gone down a little bit, and that just means everything. So that's been an exciting thing that's been happening here. It's a pretty big one for me. So I've been getting used to the new chair and loving that. But yeah, otherwise, it's been a rainy one here in the Maritimes. It will not stop raining. I think we maybe had 1 day of sun, and it wasn't not yesterday. Saturday mornings, I do our local farmers market and to sell my knitwares, and I got rained on. We have a shade tent that gets set up, and I didn't think it was going to rain. The chances were somewhat low, but guess what? Murphy's Law came into effect and it did rain, and I got soaked, and I didn't really dress for the weather. So Bobby learned her lesson that as a knitter, as she has knitted sweaters, she needs to start wearing them because I was cold. I got wet and there was a wind because we live in the Tantamar here. There's always wind here, and yeah, Bobby was pretty frozen yesterday, which means I had to sit there for 3 hours and not knit because I just couldn't. My hands were frozen. I actually had to put a pair of mittens on, and yeah, that was not fun at all. So I learned my lesson. Anyways, I'm gonna stop gabbering and get on with the episode. Grab your beverage of choice and let's get started. Okay, so I have some finished objects, works in progress, and spinning. I don't think I got anything for stash enhancement. I don't believe I bought anything, so yeah, let's get started. I finished my night bus socks. This is a Harry Potter inspired colorway by Nicole C. Mendez. Beautiful self-striping yarn. And if you do not know who Nicole C. Mendez is, you have to check her out. She is a dyer from Germany. But I live here in Canada and I've never had an issue with shipping, and it's pretty fast and pretty affordable too. Kind of more affordable than our shipping, to be quite honest with you. So I just did a plain vanilla sock. I did 64 stitches, decreased to 56 for the leg. I do about 50 rounds for my leg. Slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. Get the fluff off. And yeah, they turned out really, really well. And I did try to line up my stripes, and it did work out pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with it. So that was the Night Bus colorway by Nicole C. Mendez. I got those finished up and I'm so happy with them. I kind of want to collect all the Harry Potter, like all her Harry Potter ones. I do have another one of hers already knit up that I did last year. So now I'm kind of wanting to do them all. I think I have one more of her Harry Potter inspired colorways that I can knit up. But yeah, I love them. So I'm just putting another pair of socks on the blockers here quickly. So the next pair that I'm about to share with you, I just cast it on the other day and they're finished already, but they're shorty socks, so that is to be expected. But I've been kind of thinking, I have been selling my socks at market. A lot of people love their wool socks, and I love knitting socks, and I don't wear socks a lot. If you know me, ever since I was a child, I do not wear socks, you guys. I love being barefoot, especially now being in the wheelchair. I feel like I have better grip. I have more control over my balance being barefoot. So if I put socks, even store-bought socks, my feet tend to slide a bit, and that just throws my balance off. But in the wintertime, I do wear my knitted socks because my feet do get cold. I'm getting older and my circulation ain't getting any better. But it's not that I don't wear my knitted socks, but I only have one real person in my life that's knit worthy that I give my socks to, and we have a lot. We have a lot. So I've decided to start selling them. So all that to say, we are coming into summer, and I thought, I wonder what cotton socks would be like to knit. So I've never worked with cotton sock yarn before, so I ended up picking up a ball of Regia cotton, and it is color 02426. And it is surprisingly really beautiful to work with. I really, really enjoyed it. So here is the pair of socks that I came up with. I just decided to do a pair of vanilla shorties. So I did 20 rows for my leg, knit 2, purl 2. And then I just did, now I've been kind of exploring with my heels. So because it's cotton, I just did a plain gusset. So I didn't do a slip stitch, I just did a plain stockinette gusset. And I also did a Dutch heel, which is a squared heel. And I am really loving it. I actually put these socks on and I wore them for a little bit and I really, really love them. I don't understand how I am a sock knitter for all these years and I've never knit with cotton sock yarn before, but I really love it. It is amazing. At least the Regia is amazing anyways. So here they are. They did do like a self-striping and they're wonderful. I love them. They're so soft and they're breathable. I love everything about it. So I have to weigh I did weigh them out. I have approximately 48 grams in this pair of socks. And I weighed this out and I have enough to knit another pair of these. So I might do the cuffs just a little bit shorter so I'm not playing yarn chicken. But yeah, I have enough to do a second pair. Which means that one pair will go to market and the other pair might stay with me because I really enjoyed them. Enjoyed wearing them. So yeah, those are my cotton socks and they are pretty awesome. I love them. So do check it out. Have you knit with cotton sock yarn before? And if you have, what is the brand of yarn? Which one did you really like? This is my first experience. I chose Regia because I have knit with Regia yarn before and I really loved it. And I love this one, so that's great. But is there another brand of sock yarn fingering weight that you have knit with that you really love? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so that's all I have for finished objects. I did make some face scrubbies, but I'm not going to share those with you guys. They're just the crocheted little face scrubbies. And I did knit a dishcloth as well, but I'm not going to share that with you. The dishcloth is Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by PJ Allen. You can find that on Ravelry. I believe it is a free download. So yeah, I did do that, but I didn't bring them. So let's go on into works in progress. I have a couple hose to share with you. So the first one, I think you guys have already seen this. This is my Gobsmacked yarn in the unicorn, or is it a unicorn or pony colorway? And I absolutely love this colorway. It is so fun the way that it knit up. Those bits of yellow and purple just, they make me so happy. So for this one, I just did 20 rows of knit 2, purl 2. I did about 50 rows for the leg, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. And I did do the square Dutch heel on this one as well. And I'm just going to take it off the sock blocker here quickly. At least I think I did. You can kind of see there how it's squared. I hope you can. It's very different, and you can still do your standard slip stitch heel flap, and then when it comes time to do the heel turn, that's when you would either do your regular heel turn, or you can try the Dutch. So all you do is put Dutch heel turn or square heel into Google, and there are many different options that can come up that will show you what to do and give you your numbers. I actually have a pattern, and this is where I learned this from. Denise DeSantis, I believe is her name. She is Earth Tone Girls. she has a sock pattern, and I'll put the name of it across here because I can never remember how to pronounce it correctly. And I'll also link it below. Now, if you look at that pattern, it has the square Dutch heel, but it is in garter stitch. Do not be alarmed by that. She does have a version in the pattern where you can do stockinette as well. That is a paid for pattern, but I highly recommend it. Denise is a wonderful teacher when it comes to socks. I really love her work. But yeah, you can definitely still do your slip stitch heel. You could do garter, you could do plain stockinette, but the heel turn is where you would do your square heel. And for me, I have a slightly bigger foot. I find that it fits me a lot better. So I have been enjoying that a lot. Whoops. I have been enjoying that a lot. And just a quick side note, Denise is actually coming out with a book very soon. It's up for pre-order right now. I believe it will be available in August, and it is No Fear Sock Knitting. So I am definitely going to be purchasing that. I just love all the socks, and I love her work, as I said. So do check out Earth Tone Girls. She has a YouTube podcast here on the YouTubes, and she is also on Instagram as Earth Tone Girls as well. So do go check her out and check out her new book. It looks pretty exciting. So I did start the second sock. So here is the tag, Gobsmacked. And Unicorn or Pony is the colorway. It is on her sock base, which is an 80% eco-processed merino, 20% recycled nylon. And I'll just show you the yarn because I always love that part. Isn't that gorgeous? And as I said, I did cast on the second sock, but I did not get far because this is what I took to the market with me yesterday. And that is all I managed to get done. My hands were way too cold. So that is the second sock. So it's going. And I'm really enjoying it. So there is that one. And then, which one should we show next? Okay. I will show this one next because this one is also a hoe. And I'm just going to get it on the blockers. So me and my friend Angel, hello Angel, we love doing our matchy socks. And I don't remember if I shared these with you last time. I think I might have. But I got sock 1 all done. This is Rose Hill Yarns in the Camp Life colorway. So it came with, I'm pretty sure I did share these with you. It came with the main color. It came with a brown mini and it came with a teal mini. So here is the first one all done. So for this one, I chose to do 20 rounds, knit 2, purl 2, 50 rounds for the leg, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, normal heel, and just a typical rounded toe. And I chose to do the contrast in the brown for the cuff and the toe. And I did cast on the second sock. I just haven't made it very far because I have been distracted with all the things. But here is the second sock. So sock 2 is going to have the teal mini as the cuff and the toe. It's just so pretty. I really love this. I really love this. This colorway is so pretty. So here is her tag. Rose Hill yarns. And it came with a full skein and two 20-gram minis. Camp Life colorway. So that one is on the go. I need to get back to that. I want to make this sock and my unicorn or pony kind of my priorities, just because they are already on the second sock, so they should be done in no time, hopefully, if I don't get distracted. So there is that one, and that is just a plain vanilla sock, nothing special. Okay, let's see what else we have here. So I did get distracted and casted on a new sock, of course. I decided to cast on my Lichen and Lace in the black tulip colorway. This is on her 80/20 sock base, 80% machine washable organic merino, and 20% nylon, recycled nylon. And I will show you the yarn first. I don't remember if I shared this with you guys. It almost feels like I did. If I did, but I am now through the leg and I'm about to start the heel on the first sock. This one is so pretty. I really, really am enjoying this one. So yeah, there's that one. And then I have one more sock whip because I casted off a pair, well, technically two pairs of socks. So I had to obviously cast on a new one because I cannot leave an empty sock bag. That is just, that's not right. So this one here is a yarnable colorway from last year. I love her tags, they're so cute. And it is September 2024 colorway. It is on her plush sock, which is an 85/15 superwash merino nylon, and it is the Happily Ever After colorway. And I will show you the yarn first. Very beautiful colorway. And I just have it in a little cozy here. And this one, I am starting to get there. Whoops, don't pull your needles out. Just another vanilla sock. That's all I want to do right now. Knit 2, purl 2 for the ribbing, my favorite. So that one's working up really, really pretty. And I love the plush sock base by Yarnable. It is so, so soft. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that is it for the socks. Next, I shouldn't have done this because I did not need to cast on anything new, but I did. So I have been having coffee dates. I've been starting to feel a bit better and going out a little bit more, so I've been having some coffee dates with a friend, and she is a knitter, spinner, beautiful, beautiful color work. She is new to knitting. She just started recently, and this girl is mind-blowing. Like, she is really, really good. So I ended up casting on 2 colorwork projects, and one of them is a hat that she had finished just recently, It is I think it's called the Cartography Hat by Tincanknits. I will link it below. And it is a DK weight hat. And this is what I have so far. So I did get the ribbing done on it. I am doing, it is from baby, toddler, child, adult, small, and large. Those are the sizes that you can get in the pattern. I am doing the adult small. And you can choose to do 2 different lengths of ribbing for the cuff. I just kind of went in between the two. I didn't want it to be doubled, but I didn't want it to be too short either because I like my ears to be covered. But this is what I have so far. I have the tiniest beginnings of the color work. I only got 2 rows of it done. And my color work is going to be very subtle. I am not very good at picking out colors for color work. I saw these 2 skeins next to each other in my stash, and I thought they would work beautifully, but it's going to be a lot more subtle. But that's okay. I'm fine with that as long as it's not too subtle. But it should work out okay. So the yarns that I am using are Frankie Gray fibers, and this is in the Winter in New York colorway. And let me just dig through my bag here because I have two projects in one bag going here. Okay, Frankie Gray fibers. This is, again, DK weight. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Winter in New York. And then my brown that I am using, I do hope I put the tag in here. Something tells me I did not. Oh, wait, I did. Thank you. It is Camp Fiber Yarns. And this is on her Highland 2-ply, which is a DK as well. And it is an 80% Highland wool, 20% nylon. And it is in the Vintage Bookshop colorway. And that is the brown. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's like spots of light pink in there. Oh, and I just love when those spots come up. They just make me so happy. So I cannot wait to get more into the color work to see how it's going to look. There are some spots where it's hard to tell which yarn is which. But I really don't want to frog it at this point. I'm not that far into the color work, so I could, but I think it'll just be a more subtle color work, and I'm hoping that it will work out, because like I said, I hate frogging, and I would really enjoy that hat. So the next project that I am working on is another color work. Now I have done this one before. I'm just gonna see where my beginning is here so I don't lose my stitches. I have had a hankering for color work, and I wanted to do a baby sweater. That's another thing I've been wanting to do. So I have done this one before, and I thought, why not? Let's do it again. So I chose to cast on the Bean and Olive by Andrea Mowry. This is a pattern that comes again from baby to child, and you can actually purchase separately, but you can purchase an adult version of this sweater as well if you really love it. And it is a good one. So I am almost through all of the color work now. I am in this section here. You repeat this again down here. So I'm about halfway through that chart right now, and this is what I've got. So I'm doing the second size in the pattern, and I love it. It is so cute. I really, really love the yarn. I caked up my yarns so they don't have a tag, but I am actually using Lion Brand yarn, and it's the one that has wool in it. I can't remember the name of it now for the life of me, but I had several skeins of brown. I don't know if I had purchased them to do a sweater for myself. I don't know, but I have several skeins of the brown, and I had a couple skeins of the white, so I was like, let's do this. So this is what I have so far, and I am loving it. It's so cute, and it's a really relaxing chart to work with. So I have been enjoying that thoroughly. And the Cartography Hat by Tincanknits as well. The charts look super easy on that as well, so I am pretty excited to get started on that chart as well. But yeah, I don't know what got into me. I think I saw my friend's hat, and she casted on another one, the Cartography Hat, and yeah, I just was like, wow, I think I want to do color work. Let's do something different besides socks. So that has been a lot of fun to actually do that. So I will have both of those patterns linked below. So the sweater is called the Bean and Olive by Andrea Mowry. And technically that is a DK weight sweater too. The yarn I'm using is worsted, so mine is going to turn out a little bit bigger, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so that is it for the knitting content of the podcast. Next, I have some spinning to share with you. So I forgot to bring something along, so I'm not going to pause the video and go get it, but something else that was exciting this past couple weeks is I took another dye class at Merritt's shop, Gobsmacked Yarns in Sackville, New Brunswick, and it was for spinning fiber, and that was a lot of fun, you guys. It is very different from dyeing yarn, because I took her yarn dyeing classes before. Any dye class she does, I want to do them. It's just so much fun to do. So I've had the privilege, excuse me, I've had the privilege to do a couple of her sock dyeing classes before, and when I saw the fiber one, I really wanted to do it. So I went with my friend Ren, and she is new to spinning as well, and we each did two. You could choose if you wanted to do a second one. So I ended up, the one that I didn't bring with me today, it was actually called Moonlight. The sheep is called Moonlight. The sheep is from Ontario, and it had this beautiful gray coat, like its natural fleece, its natural color. And me and another lady that was in the class, we ended up choosing Moonlight, and we dyed over it. So it was really, really cool to see how the color took to Moonlight and how it turned out. I did blue, purple, and can't remember what the other color was now that I chose to do on Moonlight, but I did keep a section of Moonlight's natural color. It all blended together and worked beautifully together. But it was so amazing. So I did that. And then for my second skein, I chose to do a plain Corriedale. And I'm just going to try to move things here without dropping anything. Okay. So I have already gotten into it and started, because I did finish my latest spin. And here's the second one that I dyed up. This is the Corriedale. And for this one, I chose like a mustard and a purple and a green. And it turned out so good. I love the bits of white. absolutely love it. So I got that, and I will just show you my singles quickly. I do not have very much going. I took this on my little coffee adventure, but I honestly didn't do too much on it. The table we were sitting at was pretty low, so it put me at a weird angle. So, but that is what I have spun up so far. So I'm just going from the mustard, yellow, and then I will work through like to the green, to the purple, and make it kind of like a gradient, I suppose. So I've been doing that. And I did split the braid in half, so it will be a 2-ply. I'm hoping by doing that, the way that I spin, that I will have a nice 2-ply out of it, to maybe knit a cowl or something like that, like a colorwork cowl perhaps, held with another yarn, and have some good yardage from it if I do a 2-ply versus a 3-ply. So that is what I've done there. And as for my latest spin, the one that I just finished, I have not plied this yet because my Ashford needs a little bit of maintenance, and I haven't been able to get that done yet. So I am just waiting on my wheel to get maintenanced. But here is my singles. This is the Lily and Pine. This was a braid, and I just split it up and did 3 bobbins of singles. And then I will 3-ply them together. And I am so excited to see the way that this one turns out. This is a merino. And I am pretty happy with the way that it turned out. So we shall see how that spins up. If you're wondering what I am spinning it on, I am spinning it on an Electric Eel Nano by Dreaming Robots. Highly recommend it. I really love this wheel. I've had this wheel now for at least 3 years, I think, and I really, really love it. It is a 3D printed wheel. There is a different version of it, like a bigger one, but I really love my little Nano. I always spin my singles on this, and then I ply with the bigger wheel. I can treadle. I have an Ashford traditional single treadle, so I am able to treadle with the single, but to spin my singles, I don't have the right consistency. My leg just, I can't get it correctly. But to ply the yarn is a different story. I can ply, so I always choose to do it. And I also got a jumbo flyer last year for my Ashford, so that way when I ply, I can put it all onto one skein rather than having to break it up. So I am pretty excited to try out my jumbo flyer as well. So lots of spinning fun coming down the line, and that makes me excited because I gravitate towards my knitting. I don't really gravitate towards my spinning, and I don't understand why, because when I do spin, it is so relaxing and enjoyable, and the finished object or the finished yarn is always so beautiful and stunning. So I need to take more time out to do that. So yeah, I might actually go do that after this video. So that is pretty much all I have to share with you guys today. That is what I have been working on, and what I've been up to. So yeah, share with me in the description box below your thoughts and what have you been working on. So until next time, guys, I will hopefully see you again in 2 weeks. So until then, have a good one, and happy knitting, happy crafting. Bye.